Hi there, I'm Rachel Baxter. If you've been following along on this playlist, on this journey, as I'm releasing these prophetic words, or perhaps maybe you're watching, they're all there, you can see a couple of themes emerging. And a primary theme is that of judgment, is that of an awareness of the time we're living in at the end of this age, what the Lord is doing, what He will allow for redemptive judgment as the earth shakes and everything in it, and His desire that His people would forsake this world and come out of it and come to Him in every way possible, beginning with their hearts in alignment with His heart. So you're going to find that this dream is no different. So with that, I'll jump in. In the dream, I was at an old hospital building with a friend and her family. The friend was having a baby, but there were complications. I went back to the room to encourage her. I sat in the lobby with her family. I found snacks and hid them away. Then the hospital turned into a college building. The dean of the school asked me to come up to look at the building. I could see that it was sagging on one side. I said, "It's just an old building." But she asked what could be done. I said the foundation would need to be dug out around. We walked all around through the building to see different features, including the dirt in the basement. I felt unsafe to use the elevators. Going to the top floor, there was a small office where two ladies were talking. Then we went into the penthouse. As I walked up to the windows, it caused the floor to begin to fall outward all the way to the street. I wasn't scared as I prayed for Jesus to take me. But then I was back up by the windows and the dean was there. Then the top floor of the building did start to crash outward towards the street, and the dean and I were then on the street. She was taking me all around as there was chaos all over. I could see the way the building had collapsed in different places. We were getting food and drinks and all different food stands and restaurants all around, and I felt like it was because we needed to sustain ourselves. Seeing a picture of my phone with a message that read, "This is the emergency evacuation system." So my dream interpretation at that point was that the old hospital is a picture of the current structures in place in society today that are no longer structurally sound. The friend having the baby was symbolic of loved ones and other Christians who are asleep and who need help in seeing the truth. We are to reach out and be the light. The Lord is calling us to be a part of rebuilding the structures according to His eternal purposes, so that His kingdom can come to this earth and Jesus can again reign. He is birthing something new. Hiding the snacks is the instruction that we are to prepare for the shaking that is coming, and that will include storage of food to sustain us. The college building spoke of the need for us to relearn all the things we thought we knew. I was ready to just disregard the old building or old structures of this world, but I was asked to see what could be done. I believe this speaks to the Lord's grace. He gives more time and more opportunities to correct the faults of the old structure. He could just destroy the earth again like He did in the time of Noah, but He chooses mercy. He is going to use those whose hearts are fully given over, His bride, to accomplish His purposes. I believe the two ladies visiting were a picture of people just going about their lives despite being on unsteady ground. Seeing the building fall before it actually did and being able to pray to Jesus speaks of how Jesus will warn us of what is coming before it occurs. After the building fell, I was able to see what had happened, which I believe speaks of the Lord giving us eyes to see and confirm the fulfillment of His word. Getting food and drinks all around the destruction speaks of God's supernatural provision despite the chaos. He will provide even after the fall. So I asked Him after I woke from the dream, "Abba, Father, what does this mean?" This is what I heard. The systems of this world are failing. The foundation they were built upon is unsteady. As the earth, the world begins to shake, the structures will fall. It's important to see what is happening around you day by day. I give you signs of what is taking place, and you will see them if you are paying attention and seeking me. And then I thought of hospitals and the system of medicine, education from elementary all the way to higher education, housing, the building industry, transportation industry from cars to trucks to trains and ships, and the food industry from supply chain to restaurant. In this dream, there was a message on a phone. This is the emergency evacuation system. I believe that points to the need for God's people to leave the Babylonian system before it fully becomes the beast system under the Antichrist in the last 3.5 years during the Great Tribulation. Many have already come out, forerunners or Josephs, but the majority of even those called the remnant have not yet evacuated from the system. Seek the Lord while he may be found. Do not act out of fear, but out of obedience. Ask the Lord what he would have you do to prepare. In my walk, what I found is that the inward preparation, making our temples ready to receive our King inwardly, is the most important preparation. Once that's secure, he can and will guide his own into safety. Thank you.